this is the situation I'm in. I hadn't been a UFA before or gone through a situation like this through the summer, but you know, it's funny how things go through highs and lows, and that's the way it is. It's interesting how it works. As an individual and as a hockey player, there's not a lot you can control. I mean, obviously, yeah, you don't have your contract, or you don't know necessarily where you're going. I believe in my abilities as a player, and I look forward to showing them and doing what I do, and to prove that I can still play in this league. Fans expect a lot of yourself, but I think as players we do too. So I look forward to the opportunity to hopefully donning in the Leafs jersey. I have a real good relationship with Dave Nonis. He originally drafted me back when I was drafted to Vancouver, and we'd had talks all through the summer, and he'd expressed some interest, and we just felt that this was a good opportunity for myself and a good place to come, as it is a hockey market and it's got a lot of history. And that's one thing I think I always noticed against playing against the Leafs was the amount of fans in every rink. They're passionate, they love their hockey team, and for myself I wouldn't want any other way, and living and playing in a hockey market. Met a lot of new faces today, so they've been very welcoming so far. To be able to play hockey for a living is something special, and as I said, I look forward to this opportunity to be able to play with the Leafs.
Stick over your shoulders, please. There we go. It back in, takes the front, press the shot, scores! That's what Owen gives the Leafs the lead!
I guess breaking my back a few years ago in the Stanley Cup Finals was a big pivotal point, I guess, in many ways, not only on the ice but off the ice, and learning and going through certain things physically and mentally. As a family, I mean, without making support during those times and support of families, I mean, you're not getting too far. So yeah, so this is my wife Megan, and our little boy Max, who is 18 months old. So it's crazy watching how fast he grows up. Every day we kind of look at each other and think how blessed we are to have him, and how quickly he grows. But yeah, I mean, even coming back after that injury and going through some tougher times in Vancouver and learning from those, and the change. So as I said, the change to here to Toronto and kind of getting a new fresh start here has been not only great for myself, but great for the family as well.
Tell me a little bit about what the day-to-day life of a hockey wife is.
Get up in the morning, Mace is around in the morning, which is nice, and we hang out as a family, and then he goes to the rink around, what time, Mace? I don't know, 9?
8?
Yeah, 8, 9, yeah.
All the hours running the
yeah. And then I usually take Max to the park or go for a walk at least, get him outside and home and do errands. I go to the gym, there's a nice gym around here, and go to the grocery store and normal stuff. Then Mace is home and we do family stuff in the afternoon and have supper. And
that's awesome.
Pretty normal, yeah.
She makes my life simple.
Yeah. I was used to him coming home in Vancouver at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and then here when he started coming home at like 12 or 1, I was like, what are you doing back so soon? This is different, yeah. So yeah.
Exactly.
And everyone always says, oh, it must be so hard because he's away so much, and he is away quite a bit, but they don't realize that the summers are so nice because we have so much time together in the summer. So, you know, compared to a normal job, it's good, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as young as I can remember, as young as he can, he always dreamed, as most kids do, I guess, of playing in the NHL. To think it was going to come reality one day, you never knew. But you know, when you started to see a little bit of light that you possibly could don in an NHL jersey one day, I mean, that's when it started to come to the realization that this is something that could happen. Oh, now you're ready.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, put 2 hands on the stick. And do a slap shot. Shoot it at him. Hit, ready? Yeah! As I said, I feel so blessed every day to be able to put on a jersey and live this life and do what you say. It's a love. It's a love of the game, and something that you love for a living is something truly special. So every day you wake up and you're definitely grateful for it. See ya.
Be good boy. Be good boy. Love you.
Let's roll. Falls here. Here we go. Well, we're heading off to the blue and white night with blue and white with the Leafs here. So it's one of our first events as the Leafs, but we're looking forward to it. As I said, the community work that this organization does, and is something that we enjoy as a family. Myself and Megan, we find ourselves pretty heavily involved in the community when we can back home. So it's great to do this as a Leaf as well. Getting back to my trusty GPS of, there we go, we're on church.
We're following somebody still.
Your valet? Yes. Okay, we found it. Thank you. Oh yeah, you guys had a little fight, a little traffic maybe, eh?
Yeah. Always. Like, I haven't weighed myself.
We've been lucky we haven't had to travel too far, we're only. They're doing like 8 episodes or something. This, really? Like not on us, but like Clark Yank already did one. And put this baby on. Step 1 of serving. Guess I'm still learning a little bit what it means to put the apron on, but we'll put the name tag on anyhow. I think we're serving a little bit of food, and most importantly, raising some money.
It was our first time, and I think many people's first time back in the old Maple Leaf Gardens. The MLSE Foundation works closely with our teams, so our relationship with the Toronto Maple Leafs is, a centerpiece of the work that we do in the community. We're going to invest upwards of $2 million to refurbish a rink and build a brand new basketball and soccer pitch. But then the most important piece is leaving money in perpetuity so that we can program for kids in that space. It's one thing to build it, we don't really do our job unless we leave some money behind so that the kids have a structured environment, a structured league to play in. So that's a big part of our focus, and an event like A Night with Blue and White just makes that possible. The guys were fantastic. They and their wives or significant others interacted with over 600 fans. You know what, it puts the guys in their comfort zone too. The wives are so personable and so great with our fans, and the guys don't often get such a unique opportunity to interact with the fans in such an intimate way. So having their trusted confidant with them, it just creates this really neat dynamic and symmetry between our guests, many of whom have their spouses with them as well, and it becomes a real comforting setting. We raised close to $300,000 that night that we'll put back into the community through our program. And it just had that great blue and white celebration feel, and well, it was magical, I've got to say.
Yeah, it's special. As I said, seeing even the sign outside just coming in is pretty cool. So to sit down here on rink level and hear some of the stories from some of the guys is something you'll remember for sure. Ultimately, we're here to raise money for a good cause, right? And I think that's what people are focusing on. Met some good people. We met somebody who actually went to the first game here ever at Maple Leaf Garden, so that was pretty neat. But good food, good company, and as I said, ultimately we hope we raise some good money.
The All Access event is something that's been going on for a long time, long history of running these events at MLSE. Really looking to bring players in to interact with fans, trying to find opportunities to give our fans access to the players and personalities that they really want to be involved with. My name's Stacey Marcello. I work in retail marketing. It's such a huge group of people who come together, and an all-access event isn't something that's planned a couple weeks in advance. It's really something that happens a few months before. It's definitely a lot of collaboration, you know, working with the teams, working with the player appearance team, you know, producers and the content side, and really making sure that all angles are covered.
Really, the preliminary discussion started about a month ago, 2 months ago, and just putting it all together, trying to make this the biggest all-access that there is. I'm Mark James, event coordinator for the live events department.
I think there's something that fans really enjoy because finding those times to interact with players, they're few and far between. And at MLSE, we're lucky enough to be able to do that, to give them an opportunity like this that they're going to remember forever, where they can ask questions, have, you know, their favorite jersey autographed, things like that.
You really see like the passion of Leaf Nation when you do events like these, and like the fans that have been waiting out here since 10 a.m. One girl in flip-flops, and like, you know, they just have so much passion, so much love for the team, and just really want to get access to the players, and it really helps feed you as an employee to make things, do your best job as possible.
We're making sure fans who are here have a great time, but also fans who maybe can't make it, who are watching from home or want to watch it afterwards, or just looking for opportunities to keep that content living beyond the event itself. It's sort of a little bit of a miracle that we're able to do it, but it's really great because we have, you know, such strong ties that we are able to secure those key spots and those key dates and the key players, and bring them to people when they really want, you know, to see and hear from them most. So we try to find the players who are very personable, who are going to do a great job of interacting with fans, players who are popular, who are new to the team, who we really think that the fans are going to relate to.
It's definitely been a great experience, and definitely made me more passionate about the Leafs in general, and being a bigger fan than I initially was.
Yeah, it's like perfect.
Yeah, but it's 4.
Yeah, see?
3:59, I was in the room.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Busy man, you know, that's the way it goes.
And so the questions are coming from Brooke? You're right behind the scenes here.
Practicing after crew.
How you doing? So do I need one of those too, or I got this?
Oh, yeah, you need one of those.
I'm doing the double whammy here, okay.
Yeah, you want the double.
I guess so.
So, Jonathan, you're going to go first. Tell them we're all ready.
Let's introduce our players. Laval, Quebec native and goaltender for your Toronto Maple Leafs, it's number 45, Jonathan Bernier. And from Cochrane, Alberta, new to the blue and white this season, he's the king of the spinorama and a winger for your Toronto Maple Leafs. Welcome, Mason Raymond. Jonathan Bernier, Mason Raymond, welcome them once more. All right, let's go to our first question in the crowd with Justin.
Hey guys, this is for either one of you. I was just very interested in your careers and how you guys developed into NHL players, and I was just wondering, who did you guys idolize as either hockey players or your heroes growing up?
For me, it's my dad. Somebody I still speak with daily, and he's kind of been my coach kind of all through. Supported me, and I mean my family in whole. But I mean, we still talk to this day about hockey, and if he's got something to say, I'm definitely all ears.
Family is a really big part of a hockey career, you know, from driving you to practice, making those rinks in the backyard. I know your family was in town a couple weeks ago, but since you're closer to home, does your family make the trip a little bit more often?
They're actually here, maybe.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they are here. They're right there. Family's huge parts and of our success, and we're here for one reason. And you know, I think we can all say it. It's because of them. You know, they worked hard and you know, get up at 5, 6 in the morning on weekends, and obviously paying for equipment and stuff like that. That's a lot of commitment from their side.
All right, I want to do a quick rapid fire before we wrap things up. So both of you guys answer. Who's the best dressed on the team?
Bernie. He's got pretty good style, I must say.
Loops,
Yeah,
I can't say.
Who buys the most team dinners?
It's early.
Quick.
Phil.
Best ping pong player on the team?
Phil.
Who's the last to practice?
Rangy.
Range.
All right. And who's the card shark on the team?
Noof? Noof?
Yeah,
No?
I don't know. I'm a long ways from the card table. So for Bernie and I, it's kind of first we've done like this here, and it's enjoyable to have the fan interaction and the fans here. I mean, this is what it's about. We talked about Leaf Nation, how passionate they are, and it's enjoyable to do an event like this.
Looks at it again, takes a shot, and T.J. Brennan with 2, and the game has barely even started.
I don't want to try and toot my own horn, but that's kind of unbelievable. You know, I don't think you could kind of do that again. I think it's just kind of one of those things, all the cards kind of just fit. I don't really have an explanation for it, and I'm honestly gonna not try and think about it too much because, you know, it's just kind of ride it. What separates Wayne Gretzky? He's not the biggest, he's not the strongest, not the fastest. What makes him so great? And I think it's his passion and his curiosity, you know, and I mean confidence too, but it's like Wayne Gretzky took one game at a time, I'm sure, and that's why he's amazing. You know, you don't think about if you're going to be tired at game 60, you're going to thinking about game 1, you know?
Yeah.
If you're tired at game 60, you're kind of behind the 8 ball. You know, if you're already thinking you're going to be tired, you're kind of behind the 8 ball in a sense, you know? You take things one day at a time, you know, just like he was saying. I don't know, I thought it kind of just like sticks with me, like it's a pretty like good mentality.
Three-way passing play, lands from Miles to Brennan, one-timer, scores! He does it again, T.J. Brennan!
Well, people talk about, hey, you got off to a good start, but you might not have a point the rest of the season. That could happen. You know what I mean? If I hope it's a long shot, but I don't know what's going to happen next game or anything, and I can only just be prepared for it. And if you asked me that before my first year of pro or even in junior, I would have had a totally different answer. And you know, I don't know where you learn it along the way, but you know, it's kind of one of those intangibles that, I don't know, you try and get ahead of the game like you were talking about. I think one of the things that kind of started me on hockey was the fact that it was pretty different. You know, it wasn't normal. And I've always kind of been drawn to things like that, you know, that you have to find your own way into it, and that's how hockey was. I mean, I started hockey, I don't know, when I was younger, I played like with these, you know, little Fisher-Price sticks with my brother and everything. My dad never played, no one in my family's ever played, so I don't know how it started, but as a kid, you kind of just, you love what you love, you know, and luckily I guess I found my passion in life, you know, at a young age. You know, it's just one of those things, I just did it all the time. You know, we would come home from school and play, and you know, at night when we couldn't, you know, sleep, or my brother and I, we'd go out. We had a rink in our backyard, and we'd go and skate and shoot, and you know, and we were fortunate enough to have those, you know, opportunities. And I guess I kind of looked at it, you know, just for a second. It's kind of proud of myself to start off, you know, with you know, some personal success, but I guess I'm more proud as a team. You know, it's just something to kind of keep raising the bar at.
Okay, please. Tonight we're going to be selling 50-50 tickets and mystery pucks, and the money all goes towards the MLSE Foundation, which helps get kids into sport that otherwise wouldn't be able to. I think everyone always likes to help out and meet the fans, and it's fun to get in there and do that sort of stuff. 50-50 tickets! It's 7 for 10. It all goes towards the MLSE Foundation tonight, so it's good. There you go, thanks. I took the subway down with him, and then he likes it here because he gets to play with the toys and see all the other kids and stuff too, and he likes to watch Dad on the ice, so it's always a fun time for him.
Or Catherine. Down low. Scores Raymond! But Raymond pulls it to the forehand and makes it 3-1.
I've been a Leafs fan since 2000, since Pat Quinn was at the helm, and you know, you had Cujo, Sundin, McGillney, all those guys. So I've been a fan for almost 14 years now. My name is Alex. I'm from Waterloo. My most memorable moment was probably in 2002. I was at camp. It was the playoffs. They were playing the Carolina Hurricanes. You know, injury was a thing. Pat Quinn was sick, and we managed to get it all the way to Game 7. You know, obviously we lost that series in the Eastern Conference Final, but you know what? That Game 6 was the greatest thing ever. After OT, winning that game, we just all were partying in the camp. It was the best night of my life, actually. Coming from an Hispanic culture, it was all soccer. So, you know, being born in Canada, I wanted to be part of the Canadian culture. I was old enough to kind of realize what hockey was, and you know, I fell in love with the team ever since that day. I've been watching ever since. You know, had some heartbreaks, you know, over the years. You know, had some happy times, but you know what it is. It's hockey. It's the sport. You love it. Right now, my favorite Leaf, I would have to say Colton Orr. You know, just the guy has just got a lot of grit, and you know, he's a tough player. Doesn't take guff from anyone. He's there for his teammates. I just like that kind of style of play, right? Any hit really is my favorite Colton Orr moment. Just the way he instills fear in other teams. That's what it is for me. To me, a Toronto Maple Leaf, I guess you know, other teams in Canada will probably hate me for saying this, but it's to be Canadian, right? One of the original 6 teams, you know, alongside Montreal, and you know, we've been here, you know, for thick and thin. You know, obviously they haven't won a cup in a while, but it's that hope to, you know, for that cup to bring it back to Canada after, you know, all these years that not having a cup in Canada. It's what we all dream about.
I mean, Saturday nights, you'd always turn that TV on and flip it on to be the first match would be the Leafs, and sitting down with Dad and watching the Leafs, it was always something special. Matt Sundin was one that always stuck out, and I was actually lucky enough to play with Mats when he signed in Vancouver his last year there, as I know he was such a big part of this organization. But seeing what it was like when we came to town for those few days in that game, you know, you just knew it was something special, and how well he is respected as not only as a player but as a person. The tradition, the history here with the Leafs is something that is so cool, and I'm so proud to be a part of now. Seeing last year the way the Leafs went through the playoffs and the support of the fans through that playoff series with Boston was just, it was incredible, and that was only the first round, so that's something pretty special. As I said, it's just daily. You're very proud to don in that jersey, and hopefully we can do some real good things this year.